They say every day is a school day, every day is a learning day. Who made up that quote? I don't know, but it's true. I'm interested in what is this so-called YouTube playbook that Colin and Samir are talking about. I know they've interviewed hundreds of creators, so I'll leave a link of their channel in the description and this video. Make sure you guys check it out. Let's learn piece by piece what is going on here.
In the next minute alone, there's going to be over 2,500 videos uploaded to YouTube. That's over 2 million videos a day. So if you're someone who wants to start or grow a YouTube channel,
wait, what?
In the next minute alone, there's going to be over 2,500 videos uploaded to YouTube. That's over 2 million videos a day. So if you're someone who wants to start or grow,
if we're counting shorts into that, I don't know if they did. How many?
YouTube channel, how do you stand out? We've asked that question to hundreds of professional YouTubers over the past 10 years, and we pulled out 38 minutes of the best advice from the Colin and Samir Show.
YouTube is not a video platform. It's a click and watch platform. It's a platform that people have to decide what to view.
True.
When you compare it to other video platforms like TikTok, TikTok feeds you content based on your algorithm, based on your watch history, and they're really good at it. But YouTube long form, at least, is still a decision platform. So to me, like, the first step is always just like really nailing down what ideas we're going to make for a channel. So when I think about these smaller channels that are growing really quickly, it's usually that they have actually invested more time into ideation. I recently had a channel in our accelerator program, Ian Lore Astro. He's an astrophotography channel. And there was nothing terribly wrong with how he was making the videos. Like, the videos are pretty good, but they were doing 2,000 or 3,000 views a video. And I'd love to take a lot of credit for it, but the reality of it is we were just like, hey, like, spend more time on ideation, study what's working in other niches, try to build a video that we define as having a CCN fit. It hits the core audience, it hits the casual audience, and it hits the new audience all at the same time. Okay. Which sounds easy, but it's actually quite hard, because sometimes what's really interesting to a new audience alienates a core audience. And sometimes what's really interesting to a core audience is just narrowing the total potential.
Even me, I don't know if you guys can relate, but I don't know how to clearly define the audience that I'm making my content for. And it's something that I'm newly trying to learn now. 2 years later down the line, took me long enough, but I'm here now trying to figure that out.
Market the video can hit. He changed it from maybe being a situation where he was spending 5% of time on idea, title, thumbnail, to maybe spending 30% of time on idea, title, thumbnail. And he made a video that got 1 million views and did, I think, 270 times his average viewership. It's just a video just with astrophotography at different times.
Wait, let me go back.
Title, thumbnail, idea, title, thumbnail. From maybe being a situation where he was spending 5% of time on idea, title, thumbnail, to maybe spending 30% of time on idea, title, thumbnail. And he made a video that got 1 million views and
I wish that could be me.
270 times.
I have to work hard, inshallah.
Just a video just with astrophotography at different time levels, and it was built on a format that had worked for other people. Like, it was really interesting to see just how big of a multiplier YouTube can be.
Can you break down why that title thumbnail works, as opposed to like, I photographed the Milky Way?
I think because immediately that poses like an interesting question of like, what do the different levels of time investment look like for this thing? There's also like a clear comparison, whether it be a body transformation, whether it be like a $1 jet versus like $100 billion jet or whatever.
Guys, and this is what's been perplexed for me is, well, I just use a very smart word for no reason. Why did I do that? Why did I even attempt that? What's it's very surprising to me, just sort of learning about it in the last few years, is that on one end of the stick, on one end of the pole, you have people who just make content and they don't really think about anything and they just post it. And that was me, actually. That's actually me. I actually kind of lean a bit to the middle. But the other end is people that analyze their content to a T, and they are statistic nerds, and they love to see the analytics and to gauge what it means to attract a viewer who is just on the homepage, title, thumbnail, clickability, all of those things. There's a science to that aspect of understanding human psychology and using that to your benefit so that you can get more views. So you have those two sides of the pole. I think you kind of want to be slightly a bit on the left side, closer to the analytic side, but I kind of think you should be closer to the balance in the middle, just so you can be as authentic as possible while trying to optimize your growth.
I think viewers are just
this guy right here is clearly optimizing.
Different things take different amounts of time or investment, and also that format makes for a really interesting thumbnail because you can show the different levels of effort.
They call that the
how
comparison
photo
thing,
ends up
right?
coming out. But those little differences can just have such outsized returns, which it breaks my brain sometimes. We worked with this creator, his name was Tim Gabe, and he had a video which was 6 UI hacks. And someone on my team helped advise him on just like a tiny thumbnail change. And the difference between the thumbnail he had before and the thumbnail he had afterwards was, I would say maybe it was like 30-40% better, the one afterwards. Like it wasn't a huge difference.
That's what I mean. But I'd be honest, the one on the right does look a lot
afterwards.
better. It looks a lot more simpler, I guess, and the background is clearer. But it's not enough to think that, and I'm assuming he's going to say something crazy, like a big change in viewers.
I would say maybe it was like 30-40% better, the one afterwards. Like it wasn't a huge difference. But the video ended up getting 40 times more views per day. And that's what breaks my brain. And I think what a lot of creators like fail to realize is how much of a difference those small details can make. Sometimes it is about just like realizing where you need to invest more time and focus and just...
And you knew, just one of the things, and what was all that stuttering there? What I'm trying to say is, think about it as yourself as a viewer. When you open up your YouTube homepage on your PC, on your TV, on your phone, would you click on that video? And how do you make it to and if the answer is no, maybe, kind of, then think about how you can actually make it to a point where the answer would be yes. And if your answer is yes, start comparing yourself to other thumbnails in the same vicinity. Of those 9 thumbnails you see, is yours going to be the one you pick 1 out of those 3 times, for example, 1 out of those 6 times? If it's really bad, 1 out of the 9 times, you're going to be the last pick of that. But try to sort of see, would you click on it? And that kind of helps a lot. Why am I giving that advice, which I've never actually thought of it or used it myself? I just kind of thought of it on the spot. I need to actually practice that advice. I need to put a slot on this. Someone remind me to practice that.
If you want to be a successful creator, you have to embrace the fact that your audience is not only the final audience, but they're also your focus group. Traditional media, you've got the focus group, and then you've got the intended audience.
Okay, I'm going to end the reaction right here. I know it's only 3 minutes in, but I'm going to break this up because I just don't want the video to go over 10 minutes. I think that's a perfect point to stop it on. And I'm kind of interested in Good Mythical Morning as a separate thing, because I remember watching their content a few years ago. I can't really, we'll get into it when I next see it. But if you guys want to see the next part, do let me know. Link in the description for this video. Colin and Samir have done a lot of great things, interviewing all of these people, giving us the insider secrets we need as small and aspiring creators. So yeah, thank you.